Hi everyone. So here we'll do some of the PYQs. So I am breaking it into several segments like the different acts so that the videos are not very lengthy and then you quickly solve some of the questions, right? So for the company's rule, which was till 1858, we have already covered the PYQs. Now we'll see for the crown rule, which is from 1858 to 1947. Firstly, we'll see Government of India Act 1858 say what are the questions. So in CSE, you get to see two of the questions. Okay, this is just UPSC CSE. I'll also tell you what from the other exams, the kind of questions indirectly that we can get. Okay, but we'll focus on the CSE questions first. So it says that you have to choose the correct statement. One is related to the 1853 Act that we have done earlier, that it abolished the East India Company monopoly of the Indian trade. And second question is that 1858 Act, under this, the British Parliament abolished the EIC rule and undertook the responsibility of ruling India directly. Now, if you see the question, if you talk about the 1853 Act, you know that जब हम abolish होने की बात करते हैं, ठीक है, that the trade got abolished, the monopoly of the basically EIC, Indian trade got abolished. That was firstly in the year 1813. Sorry, 1813 it was abolished except for tea and China, and it was absolutely abolished in all of the items in 1833. So it is not the year 1853 here. So the first statement anyways will be wrong. If we talk about the second statement, it says the British Parliament abolished the EIC rule. Now, we are not talking only about the trade, we are talking about the rule here, and undertook the responsibility of ruling India directly. And that is why it is called as the period of Crown Rule, right? So, we know that the second statement is correct. So, in that sense, the answer here would be 2 only. That is very, very obvious. Moving on to the next question. So, here if we see in 2014, you will see this question. Here they say that what were the object or objects of the Queen Victoria's proclamation. That is the same thing, उसके बाद ही वो act के तरह उन्होंने पेश करा. The first is to disclaim any intention to annex the Indian states, to place the Indian administration under the British Crown, to regulate the East India Company's trade with India. Please try and solve this question. You can pause the video and attempt to solve the question. These are the options available to you. Now, if you see the answer, see the first, if you notice the second option, to replace the Indian administration under the British Crown, that should be the first hint that should directly come to you, leaving aside the other options, क्योंकि ये तो आपको पता ही है कि यहाँ से ये हुआ ही था. So for that matter, the number 2 has to be correct, which means this is something that we can eliminate because it has 3 and very sorry. Yeah, so this we can eliminate. ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी 2 है तो we can still think about the other options. Moving on to the next one, it says that to regulate the East India Company's trade with India. Now again, the trade regulation matter already has been dealt in the 1813 and 1833 Act. अब उससे कोई trade से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. So the 3 will not be correct. So we will be able to eliminate this also. 2 we already know is right. So now we have to think about number 1. So it says to disclaim any intention to annex the Indian states. Now before this, because the 1857 revolt already had happened and they were, the princely states were also apprehensive that they might annex them. So the Queen Victoria's proclamation made it clear that we do not intend to annex the Indian states. ठीक है, तो ये भी एक point है जो कि यहाँ पे definitely consider होता है. When you read history, of course, you'll know about this statement. So from that perspective, 1 and 2 will be correct, and therefore you will have this as the right answer. Moving ahead with the next, तो 1858 के 2 ही questions थे जो CSE में पूछे गए. Other exams में one possible question again, they give you some of the features and they ask you कि कौन सा सही है नहीं है. जैसे कि one very prominent example was about abolishing the East India Company's power and the crown taking the whole power to rule India. That is a common, you would say, option which is in all the examinations. So that is one point that you will have to remember. The Governor General of India being Viceroy, now being called as the Viceroy is something that you should remember. BOC and COD got abolished and Secretary of State for India, this office was established. This you should remember. Another point was just about कि यहाँ पे दे वर ट्राइंग यू नो फॉर एग्जाम्पल दैट द यू नो मेंबर फंक्शन एंड जो काउंसिल थी वो किन की थी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल COD या BOC से रिलेटेड अब हमें कुछ नहीं करना. हियर द काउंसिल वॉज अबाउट दी SOS काउंसिल, ठीक है, जो सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट फॉर इंडिया थे उनकी काउंसिल की बात की. तो ये कुछ ऐसे पॉइंट्स हैं विच इफ़ यू रिमेंबर इट वुड बी फाइन. देन नेक्स्ट जो आपका इंडियन काउंसिल्स एक्ट था दैट वॉज दी ICA 1861, ठीक है. तो उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस, उसमें कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट थे. आई हैड ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, फॉर एग्जांपल द ऑर्डिनेंस, द पोर्टफोलियो वन, and then you know the representative institution, decentralization, new legislative council, a couple of things were there. So that is like a really important one. So if we see one of the previous year question 2002, which of the following acts of British India strengthened the viceroy's authority over his executive council by substituting the portfolio or the departmental system for the corporate functioning? तो you very well know कि कहाँ से वो portfolio system आया था, कौन से act से आया था. We know about this answer. I hope you would have been able to solve it by now. So we know it happened by Indian Councils Act 1861, ठीक है. And who was the viceroy जिन्होंने ये पोर्टफोलियो सिस्टम जो है वो स्टार्ट करा था? इफ़ यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस, दैट ऑल्सो यू कैन रिमेंबर, वाइसरॉय वॉज लॉर्ड कैनिंग, ठीक है. तो ये यहाँ से एक ही क्वेश्चन CSE में पूछा गया है. द सेम क्वेश्चन काइंड ऑफ हैव बीन रिपीटेड इन अदर एग्जाम्स ऑल्सो. तो इसका जो मेजर पॉइंट है वो एक्चुअली यहीं से क्वेश्चन निकला है, ठीक है. एंड द अदर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट फ्रॉम दिस एक्ट जो एग्जाम्स में पूछे गए हैं दैट वाज अबाउट द ऑर्डिनेंस वन. तो ये दो चीज़ें हैं जो यहाँ से आपको याद रखनी है, ठीक है. इन द नेक्स्ट, अच्छा, नेक्स्ट काउंसिल एक्ट वाज 1892. But CSE में I couldn't find a question from this particular Councils Act, so there was no point including. However, from different examination, a couple of questions have been asked. So if I just quickly revise that with you, related to Indian Councils Act 1892, that what are the possible things that they can give you. One was about that which act empowered the Imperial Legislative Assembly to make discussions on the budget. सो बजट से रिलेटेड डिस्कशंस कौन से एक्ट में हुए, इस तरह से क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए हैं दूसरे एग्जाम्स में, ठीक है. उसके अलावा बाय विच एक्ट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम द ब्रिटिश इंट्रोड्यूस द सिस्टम ऑफ इनडायरेक्ट इलेक्शंस. तो ये भी एक पॉइंटर है जो आपको याद रखना है. थर्ड इज़ दैट, अच्छा, एक चीज़ यहाँ ये फिर भी देखी जा सकती है, ये CAPF में एक बार क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था. सो इट वॉज अबाउट दैट वाई द अर्ली नेशनलिस्ट्स अपोज्ड दिस पर्टिकुलर एक्ट, ठीक है. तो उसमें जो उन्होंने ऑप्शंस दिए, वन वॉज की जो लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल थी उसमें मेंबर्स के नंबर को बढ़ाया गया. दूसरा ऑप्शन था कि जो प्रोविंशियल लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल थी उसमें मेंबर्स के नंबर को बढ़ाया गया. तीसरा ऑप्शन था दैट दे गॉट द राइट टू डिस्कस बजट. तो अब ये तो आपको देख के लग रहा होगा कि ये तीन ऑप्शन का तो कोई सेंस ही नहीं बनता है, दैट वाई वुड दे अपोज इट. बट द फोर्थ ऑप्शन वॉज दैट देयर वॉज नो कंट्रोल ओवर द पब्लिक फंड्स, ठीक है, गिवन टू द इंडियंस. तो ऑफ कोर्स इट मेक्स सेंस, एंड देयरफॉर व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट कि क्यों अपोज किया गया, तो दिस विल बी वन ऑफ द ऑप्शंस, ठीक है. इस क्वेश्चन के हिसाब से द अदर 3 easily can be eliminated. So here we end our discussion about these Councils Act. Now we are left with Indian Councils Act 1909, then Government of India Act 1919 and Government of India Act 1935, जिसमें ये दोनों बहुत important हैं. So I'll use them in the next video and we'll have the discussions over them. Bye bye, take care.